Hello everyone, my name is Lumi, and honestly speaking, I went through an emotional and mental breakdown. That's why now I'm in Bella, Italia. And one of the biggest stereotypes about breakdowns is that people think it happens like a click. Like yesterday you were normal, today you have a breakdown, and tomorrow you're normal again, which is not true. Mental and emotional breakdown is a serious issue that can last not only for days and weeks, but for months and years. And it's very important to notice that, because the person that goes through this period of life doesn't understand that. The person is just in this waves and is this roller coaster of emotions and tasks. That's why it's your task as a girlfriend, boyfriend, family member, friend, to notice that your loved one is in a difficult situation. So today we'll talk about 4 body language and 1 linguistic tip, how to see that the person that you care about goes through a difficult period of life. Everything that I'll talk about today is from my personal experience. This is what I personally went through, and this is what people told me, how they saw me, and this is what I read about later. So maybe it's not a complete match and you cannot tick every single tip that you'll read about today, but usually these are the first signs, and you have to look up for these things when you see that a friend is maybe a little bit different than normal. Now, the first thing that you have to look up is for tense muscles in relaxed circumstances. Just think back of a day when you were stressed out. So you came home, maybe had a glass of wine, watched a movie, laid down, and you felt like you're finally taking a pause. And this happens only when you're just stressed out. When you have an emotional or mental breakdown, this pause doesn't happen. No matter what you do, if you are watching a movie or laying down or talking to a friend, no matter what you do, in your brain and in your heart, you are constantly working. The stress goes on and on and on. And the person that you're talking to, or the person that you care about, can say, "Oh, now I'm fine." But no matter what the person says, you have to look up at his or her legs, arms, and especially face, because people can act relaxed with their body, but they can rarely proactively act relaxed with their face. So look at their eyes, look at their mouth, look at their cheeks. If you see that they're very tense, although the person says that everything is fine, maybe in the reality it isn't. Now, the second body language sign that your friend, your loved one, your family member has a mental or emotional breakdown is when the person is constantly complaining about the same sudden pain. Now, don't get me wrong, of course we all get hurt and we all have our health problems, but when you are constantly stressed, meaning that you're having a breakdown over months, your problems get even stronger. So usually you have one problem that goes crazy. If you are watching, or if you're following me on Instagram, you know that I was complaining from March till last month about my stomach pain. It was awful, it was sudden. I knew that I had some stomach pain problems before, but from March to last week, it was insane. I could do nothing, and actually I went to doctors and they said that nothing was as bad, but the stress factor, especially this prolonged stress factor, made everything worse. So if your friend, loved one, the person that you care about generally, suddenly says that he or she has the same pain, the same stomach pain, the same back pain, headache, constantly, every day, and every day it gets worse and worse and worse, and this is this problem that always gets worse and worse. Of course you have to go to a doctor, but this is like a bell that you have to notice and realize that this might be a consequence of constant stress or mental and emotional breakdown. Connected to the first tip is the third one: unfocused and lost eye or sight. Again, in very relaxed circumstances. Because of course, when you're at work, when you do a task, it is normal that you are in your world and you don't notice everything outside. That's why you're a little bit lost. This is normal. If you're a little bit stressed, it's normal as well. But again, if you see this on a prolonged period of time, months or years maybe, then you have to realize that this happens because the person lives in his or her own head, and that's why in the reality he or she is super lost. As a trick, try to talk to the person face to face and look the person into eyes. If this person is very relaxed with you, usually people look each other in the eyes or on the face. If you talk to someone every day and the person always is looking around, is looking in just one point but not you, when the person is very alert, then it can be a sign that your friend, girlfriend or family member has a mental or emotional breakdown. Speaking about eyes, the fourth tip that I can give you is to look at your friends' eyes, and mainly the dark circles. Yes, we have them all. Sometimes some people have them more, others less, but if you see that a person usually has not so much dark circles, but now suddenly for a couple of months the person has very strong and dark circles under the eye, that can be a very big and screaming sign that the person is either sleeping very little, or the person is sleeping very ineffectively, meaning that the person doesn't relax while he or she is sleeping. And first, it's very bad for your health, because if you never relax, your situation, your stress gets worse and worse and worse. And second, it means that the person, first of all, cannot fall asleep because the person is always thinking about the problem. This was, in my case, when I was going to sleep, my brain would not shut down, which is not happening, for example, now. When I go to sleep, yes, I have some thoughts, but it's not a constant work as if I was at a desk. And second of all, if the person that you're talking to says that he or she has very bright, strong, even scary dreams, it can also be a sign that the person is not relaxing during the night. That's why your friend, family member, girlfriend, boyfriend can look even more tired after sleeping than he or she was before. Now, if I found out about these 4 tips around a month ago and I realized, okay, I had a mental and emotional breakdown, I had to work on that. About the 5th tip, and mainly the linguistic trick, I found out 3 days ago, and this is when I decided to come to Italy and really relax. And mainly if the person that you are talking to for a long period of time always says, I have to, I must do something. In my case, it was about university. First of all, I was saying that I have to do it, I have to. And when I was saying this, and I realized that I have a stress, I started to do a YouTube channel to relax and have fun. But then 3 days ago, I started to complain about doing videos that I have to, I must film, I have to edit. And this was the moment when my boyfriend next said that, girl, chill down, you need to go on a holiday. And this is so impactful when you start to use less words such as I want, would be nice, cool, and more of have to, need to, must, then it can be that you are still not over, or you are in the middle of your emotional and mental breakdown, and you just cannot enjoy and relax again. You are in this constant work duty modus, and if you're always tense, as I said in the first tip, then sooner or later the consequences will come. As I said in the second tip, you'll have strong pains, you will be out of this world, you'll be very lost, and so on. But remember, if you see something similar of what I said today in a person today, but then tomorrow nothing is there. Maybe the person just had a bad day or a stressful day or slept not that well. The thing with breakdown, as I said at the beginning, you have to notice it and you have to watch it on a longer period of time. If a person for 4 months straight suddenly has one big pain, if the person has super dark circles and is tired all the time, if the person is always in the have to and to-do list mood, and then it can be that either it is the initial phase or it is the middle of a severe mental and emotional breakdown. And of course there are many ways how to overcome it. I think this is a topic for another video, but if you heard something about yourself in this video, then maybe check it out. Maybe you are indeed not just simply stressed, and if you heard something in this video about someone that you care about, maybe you have to talk to the person and take the person on a holiday and try to make the person relax a little bit. As always, if you liked this video and you found it useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click here and here to learn more about communication, body language and presentation. Here to be part of my growing community. Click on the bell button to always get notified when I post something new. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!